how's it going? Danny Boy 4 here. Sorry the videos have been very slow. I've been just so busy lately I couldn't be able to record anything, so I will be trying to fix that if possible. Today we're going to be looking at the AMX 30B. Is it worth it? And then in a couple days I'll have a Vindicator and Predator video, and then hopefully the Derps, AMX, and Funny Moments compilation. So, stand by for that. Now, the AMX 30B, 20,000 gold. It is a tier 10 collectible tank, so that means it can get nerfed, but there's no way we're going to ever nerf this tank. It's not good enough to be nerfed. And I haven't seen them nerf really any collectible tanks at higher tires that people have paid a lot of money for. So, 20,000 gold is pretty reasonable for a tier 10. Me personally, I don't like selling tier 10 premium tanks, collectible tanks. I don't like it. I think tier 10 was unique. You had to grind it, but you know, that's wargaming, they do that. 20,000 gold. You can get 20,000 gold for about $60, which that's a lot of money really for a tier 10. And the AMX 30B reminds me of a pre-buff STB1 and then a Pro Ghetto 65 without the autoloader, the auto reloader. It has the same mobility as the Pro Ghetto, same kind of turn, not invincible turn, but can definitely get bounces. So it's similar to that. It's a good tank. This is one of my first battles in it, and I was playing with a platoon mate, Rommel's KV2, and this is not a great damage game for me, but me and him clutched this game. It was a very good game. Now, me and him are pushing top, try to get the hill, because if you get the hill on this map, you have a pretty good chance of winning. Just, you gotta avoid getting nuked the first minute of getting up in the hill. The armor profile is not as troll as the Pro Ghetto 65. I think the Pro Ghetto armor profile is a little better, but the tanks are very similar in both looks and playstyles. We finally get the hill cleared, their bad shot runs off. The E100, kind of funny, just camping at their spawn. Hasn't even moved, that's where he spawned. Hasn't out moved, just waiting to shoot people up on the hill, and then he bounces me. So, you don't need to do that. If you're in a heavy tank, especially that heavy of a tank, you need to get up to the front lines, pushing around, not just staying back there and bouncing every shot. So, get to the front lines, help your team, because if he were in the front lines, he could have done a lot better than right there. Now I'm just kind of waiting it out. Got a little salty at him because, you know, it's kind of annoying. And now I'm trying to clear this E3, but if he shoots me, I'm gonna die for sure. So I'm trying to avoid that. Then I see the Leopard 1 way back there. So I want to try to get some shots into him, but I need the E3 to back up, and I'm able to get some shots. Also, ignore the the colors. I know the sky, it's so messed up. I don't know what I did to my game. I think I deleted some of the wrong files, and it messed up my game pretty bad. So I may have to uninstall and reinstall it to fix that. So I'm sorry for that. The sky is only like that on this map and the rocks. I don't know what's wrong with this map, but you know. And there's getting a good bounce. It is troll. You can angle it. You can get bounces for sure, especially on the turn. The cupola is really big, but it's really not that much of a concern, because if you're peeking over hill, you should never stop moving. Because if you stop moving and stop wiggling around, you will definitely be pinned. But if you're moving around and stuff, it's pretty hard to hit that little hatch. And here, I can't back up. So the only way to do is, you know, try to get an auto bounce. And which I did, somehow. I didn't expect that. That's the second bounce I've gotten from an E100. Which I shouldn't have gotten. I really shouldn't have. But he didn't take his time and aim. So now it's a 3v5. Rommel takes out the E3, and the Leopard 1 takes out a Conqueror. So it's me and him, and they're all one-shots, pretty much, besides the E100. Excuse me. So, and we have the high ground up here. So we can easily win this if we use teamwork. And I know the E100 is going to be pushing up. The E100 should wait for his team and push with somebody else, but he's not going to, and he's going to push up by himself, which is a fatal error. And you'll see that in just a minute. But if you take a look at these tanks, they look very, very similar. And now the E100 is going to push up. Rommel's going to get a shot into him. And right as Rommel shoots him, I'm going to shoot him as well. And it allows us to take him out. And he bounces Rommel. So E100 either has some really bad RNG or he was not aiming the shots. So now I tell him, hold position. Let's not attack any. Let's wait for them to come. And of course their Maushan decides to push up, which wasn't very smart, and Rommel gets another bounce. So some pretty nice RNG. Rommel takes out the Leopard 1 as well, so now I know I can rush the Pro Ghetto and take him out pretty easily. Like I said, this wasn't a high damage game by me. Rommel did more than I did, but it was a good platoon game. Very good teamwork, and that's how you should play with a platoon mate. Teamwork is everything in a battle. If you have someone with you, a platoon mate especially, and you guys are both decent players, you can get some really nice games. And we had a really good game here. Me and him carried the team with 6 kills total. Next game, this kind of surprised me, but I'll take it. Apparently the mastery, the XP you need to master this tank is not a lot. It really surprised me. And I had a horrible win rate in this tank because the teams were so bad. I was doing top damage every game, but teams were so bad, which is why I got no platoon. It is a good tank. It gets up to about 65 kilometers an hour. Good mobility, good turn, good gun depression, 10 degrees. The DPM is lacking, in my opinion. It needs a DPM buff, if you ask me. Because 7 seconds, 6.9 if you're running all the provisions. But 7 seconds is a lot for a tier 10 medium. The E50M, which has a lot of, it's basically a heavy tank, but it's in a medium tank mobility, has 6.6 second reload. And, you know, that's pretty reasonable. The Leopard 1 has a lot more, but Leopard 1 has more armor. So I think it deserves a little faster reload. But that's what you get, especially for 20,000 gold. It's a good tank, but for 20,000 gold, I would want a better tank. So, me personally, I don't know if it's worth 20,000 gold. It depends on your preference. That's all up to you. It's 100% up to you. It is a good tank, though. It is solid. But if you're going to spend a lot of gold on a tier 10 medium tank, I would definitely get the T-22. If it ever comes on sale again. So I'm just sitting back, waiting, because I know their E5's over here. Then the standard B decides to push to E5, so I'm going to push with him, help try to clear this E5. The E5 doesn't want to know me, he doesn't care, and then he realizes, oh wait, maybe I should focus this guy. And he's using gold, which I don't know why he's using gold. He should be able to pin me with AP just fine. You know, use gold all you want, I don't care. But if there's a tank that you can easily pin without using gold, don't use gold. That's just wasting DPM and credits. But yeah, we pretty much have this game won. It's 6 versus 3. Unless they have an amazing comeback, they're not going to win this game. I push up here, I see the waffles, I'm trying to get into cover because I don't want to get shot for a lot. And that was a troll shot, that should have hit, but and their WZ shot right past me, or he shot someone behind me, I don't know. But now I'm just going to get behind him. Good mobility. You can easily circle tank destroyers, turretless tank destroyers pretty easily. And then troll bounces. And I got a mastery for 3,700 damage, which is extremely low for a tier 10 to ace it. Especially a tier 10 premium collectible tank. I did not think it would be that low, but it is. A buddy of mine, a clanmate, he's aced his like 7 times in one day. It makes decent credits. It's pretty much a normal tier 10 medium with enrichment, which makes it earn credits similar to a premium tank. And there you go. That's the 30B, AMX 30B. Solid tank. Good looking tank. Good mobility. Kind of low DPM. If it's worth 20k gold to you, that's completely up to you. Me personally, I don't know if I would spend 20k gold on this. Just because other tanks like the STB1, since it recently got a buff, can do everything the AMX30B can do with more armor but less mobility. So, but it's not a bad tank, that's for sure. It's definitely solid. You'll get a fun tank to play. Well, and I'll have the stats from Blitz Stars posted right here, so you can take a look at that. Its main turn armor is 120 millimeters on the front. You do have the cupola and weak cheeks. Sides 80, rears 30, so you can get 8 cheat. So be mindful of big tank destroyers. If you're turned sideways at all, they can really mess you up. And 183s can hesh your front, no problem. Your main hull is 55, so tiered in tank destroyers like the E100, the Grill 15, stuff like that. E100 is not a tank destroyer, but it has a big gun. Pretty much any tier 10 tank destroyer or any tier 10 with 150mm bigger can HE your front. So be careful of that. Your side 35 and rear 30, again, very vulnerable. View range, really good, 307mm. Concealment, good for mediums, same for medium, really, standard. DPM, kind of low, 3,041. That's pretty low, in my opinion. The pin, 250, that's good for a tier 10 medium. It's a little less than the Leopard 1, but better than the Russian mediums. The heat pin is kind of low, only 295, so it makes it kind of hard to, use gold to pin E100 turrets and YAGs stuff. But it can't get the job done. And then you have your HE, which grills, waffles, stuff like that. Average damage, 105mm, so it's 305, 300, 400. Aim time, good. Dispersion, decent. Gun elevation, 20. Depression is 10, which is really nice. Top speed is 65, reverse 23. Then you have your average speed of 41, which I guess I don't really know what average speed is, because if you're driving, you're going to be going 65 if you're on flat ground. I've never really gone 41 unless I driving uphill. I don't know. I don't get average speed. Power to weight ratio 23.8, weight 34.85, turn traverse 46.17, hull traverse speed 67.32, which is really good. Train crossing capacity, road 184, ground 158, and water 110, and engine horsepower 812, which I figured it would be higher considering it's French tank, and French tanks are notorious for having really, really good horsepower engines, but it's a solid tank, and I like it. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.